Hi, my name is Marian Babalaji, and this is In and Out the Circle. This program talks about everything that has to do with family life, parenting, and then how best we can all raise our children. Now, in this episode, we'll be discussing competitive parenting. So, remembering how our children come to us and show off their various shoes and the new bags they have been bought, the new pencils, clothing that we buy for them, you realize that they show off whatever they have. And I guess that parents also do same in different ways and we do not even notice. Why do I say this? We've created some form of competition amongst ourselves, not deliberately though, yet it exists. Can I ask you a question? Are you part of the competitors? If you say yes, how did you get in there? How did you start? If you say no, maybe we should all look back once again and see whether we have done something right or we've done something wrong. Okay, so let's put ourselves on the drawing board. Where does this start from? The very moment one gets pregnant, we start comparing dates. We start comparing how well one is coping with the pregnancy condition. You realize that your colleague is very strong, very hearty, and still appears to be very fit. Yet you are finding it difficult. You're spitting, you are vomiting, your morning sickness is not going away. It's almost the end of the 9 months. And you're wondering, my child is not out yet I'm not probably even going to be the best mother possible. So right after that, one tries to get materials for the child, goes shopping, and you're wondering, I want to shop from this particular shop because A, B, and C went there and you're not able to afford, and you want to compete because you feel that that is what is in vogue. The child finally comes out. You're wondering, how do I feed my child? Your child is not breastfeeding. You're trying hard to get the child to wean and it's not working. Your child is looking lanky and slim and another person's child is looking plumpy, and you're already judging yourself that I am not a good mother. I know the society is also judging you. People are being doctors to you at every point in your life. People are being advisors at every point in your life, and it looks like you're not doing well enough. Now the child gets to the point where he or she has to start school, and the choice of school is dependent on a friend's choice because you feel that once again that is what is in vogue. This particular trend goes forward and forward and forward, and you realize that at every point in time you've been made to make choices not based on your child's needs or your ability to afford, but based on people's show off or people's lifestyles. Now, who said competitive parenting only had to do with competing with people out there? It happens in our homes. Fathers and mothers compete with each other, sometimes for the child's attention, sometimes for the child's love, sometimes for the admiration that you are the best parent. But should it be so? The mother tries probably to show off and says, I'm the one who provided A, B, and C for you. It's not your father. Go and ask your father for this because I got A for you. The father also tries to show off with the child. I'm taking you out. I'm making you comfortable. Mommy likes shouting at you. But are we not supposed to be working together here? Are we competing? When this happens, you realize that we've gotten into a race that no one forced us to get in. And sometimes it's very difficult to come out. The very moment you start competing with each other, the unfortunate thing is that there is no break because there was no start. You never saw your start. So what's going to happen is that once you haven't signed on, how do you sign out? But there is no supreme order marking you. There's no marking scheme in parenting. Nobody is watching. Once you're doing the best that you know how to do, make sure that you give your best. But the point where you have already started the race, how do you get out? At what point do we say that enough is enough? So how do we get out of this pressure cooker of competitive parenting? How do we exit from this heated environment where you are doing things that you really do not want to do? Stop comparing and competing. Compete with your own objectives and goals. You do not have to pick another person's goals or objectives to make it yours. Your child is different. You are different. You are in a different environment and you do things differently. So why do you want to fit in when you can actually stand out? Now, be ready to learn from others and just be sincere and ask. If you feel or you have observed that someone has a good parenting skill that you admire, approach the person. Speak to the person. There might be reasons for doing whatever he or she is doing. So don't judge, rather have the courage to work for opinions. Now, one of the most important things is to embrace the differences we have amongst our children. Your child is different, your child is special, your child is outstanding. That if you are able to focus on the child's abilities, you will have a champion out there instead of your child following up with others. Celebrate your minimal successes. No matter how tiny or small your successes are, every milestone you chalk in your child's life together or even by yourself, make sure to celebrate it. Now, your child is also looking out for these moments to celebrate with you. Your child is waiting for you to say, thumbs up, you're doing amazing. Your child is ready to go the extra mile with you because he knows or she knows that you are there cheering her out. The more we get into this competitive parenting thing, we expose ourselves to some medical condition somewhat that most of us are ignorant of, and that is prenatal depression. Trying so hard to do what is right and what is acceptable by society might take you into a place where you might not be very comfortable or might not be very ideal with you. Your child is outstanding and you are an outstanding parent already, and you need to cheer yourself on and say that, look, I am doing the best I know how to do, and you must do your best. It is not enough to be mediocre when it comes to parenting. No one wins the competitive parenting race. It actually doesn't exist. Keep that in mind. Once again, my name is Marian Babalaji, and this is In and Out.